Okay, guys, I have another message for you. All right, sorry. I'm still writing it down. It was just a separate message from the one I just posted, but part of the same download. Okay, all right. So I just want to talk about truth, okay? And yes, the way that Sophia Christ is describing this to me is truth being a literal weapon of destruction. It's a resonance field that is undeniable, she's saying. So think about like when we talk about dragons, for example. Yes, okay, I'm sorry. She's giving me a download as I'm saying this. So, all right. Whether we're talking about dragons, whether we're talking about dogs, whether we're talking about cats, whether we're talking about any ancient being, realize that every collective that has ever existed, that has ascended into the field of consciousness, yes, it was 111 as I said that, still exist, okay? So anything ever spoken, any action ever taken, anything that's ever been done cannot be hidden from the collective because the resonance field of that information is still there. Think of, I'm seeing, my spirit guides are showing me like that movie Contact from, I don't know, 30 years ago. I don't even know how long ago it was, with Jodie Foster. And she picks up on a signal that was like out in the universe for however long, and it comes back and like her satellites pick it up. And it's been forever since I've seen this movie, so I can't remember the details. But that signal couldn't be retracted. It was sent out. It was already there, okay? And so when I say resonant field or an infrastructure of frequency, like the Dragonlines, okay? Like the ley lines of Mother Earth's grid, or any ancient collective, the Maya, okay, the Lemurians, any ascended collective, various tribes all over the world. I'm seeing the Druids, I'm seeing indigenous tribes of both, well, all the Americas, so North, Central, South America, just all over, you guys. They all, as they ascended, emitted a frequency of truth that is always there, okay, and can be intercepted and interacted with, okay? And essentially this is kind of like accessing their Akashic records, and they all have their own records, but it's also all collective consciousness together. Yes, okay. So why she's talking about truth right now and even explaining it as a resonance field, okay, is very much like accessing information from a computer. You go in, you retrieve what you're looking for, you come back with more information, okay? All humans have access to this information. They just don't realize that they do, okay? So think of like someone who's an Akashic channeler, like I'm an Akashic channeler. Or, you know, we have this ability to go in and retrieve this information to assist others. But part of our job is to also help humanity realize that they all have this ability. It's just a skill that was forgotten because the information was oppressed, okay? Now, that being said, I want to bring this into a more specific message, okay? So, I was shown a scripture. My guides showed me a scripture. I wrote it down. Hold on. It's Ephesians chapter 6, verse 17, okay? The whole chapter is talking about various things, but eventually the chapter is talking about the suit of armor that a Christian wears. This is not a message, religious message, by the way, but I'm just giving you background information on what the chapter is about, okay? This is a message for all people. The suit of spiritual armor, okay, is an important message. And in particular, I want to talk about the sword, okay? Because what she told me is that the truth, the resonance field of the truth, is the greatest weapon against lies, okay? And it's because that frequency of truth is so high oscillating that anything less than it cannot vibrate within it. So it's only natural that the highest form of vibration naturally destroys the lower form of vibration, okay? So when something is true, your body remembers it, even if your mind doesn't. And you'll get that feeling. That's that inner knowing, okay? This is a psychic ability of just that inner knowing, all right? But what she was explaining is a couple of things. Why that scripture even calls it the sword of truth. Look at the play on words. Sword is a variant of word, okay? Word of truth. Sword of truth, okay? So the spoken word, okay, or even the written word carries a frequency. And when it's true, when it is a truth, it will literally destroy any concepts that are lies around it, okay? So why she's talking about this is she wants you to imagine yourself, okay? A being of light, a being of truth, a being who is remembering who they really are. And the more you do this, and the more you uncover, and the more you see, and the more authentic you become, okay? The more you become a weapon against darkness. Yes. She's showing the womb space. So the awakened soul, the person who embodies their soul to its greatest potential, is a formidable weapon against darkness. This is why there has been such a great attempt to cover up the truth. Because they knew that if enough souls awakened, it would be unstoppable. Okay? And it has already happened, she said. So, what do you want to say about this, though, I'm asking her? Yes. So she's saying, as you uncover these things, as you discover what has been done here on all the levels, the food system, the religious system, the political systems, the school systems, all of it, just all the stuff, you will stumble across various little fragments of truth. Take those nuggets, leave the rest, okay? And she's saying, don't get lost in the chaos and the grief and the pain of it too, okay? Because it's very disheartening to see what was done to humanity. It's very easy to get stuck in it. I'm seeing a vision of the never-ending story. Remember when when Atreyu and his the boy, I'm trying to remember his name, the little boy and his horse. I think it's Atreyu is the horse, right? And he's sinking into the swamp of sadness, and he's just losing himself in it, right? The horse loses himself in the grief. Now everything is restored in the story. At the end of the story, everything works out, just like our story, okay? But I think that scene is very important because it's very easy to get lost in the sadness of the grief of what we've witnessed in humanity. That just so much, you guys, it's so much. But she does not want this for you. Mother does not want this for you. She herself has witnessed all of it and does not want her children to get lost in it, okay? What she wants you to do, though, is just see it, okay? See what happened, see what's being done, see all the stuff as best you can, and then come back to yourself every time, realigning with you, who you really are, okay? Realigning with love, divine love. As you do this, you're witnessing and thus destroying, just by witnessing even, you are destroying the lies, okay? Because you are the truth. So, to become more powerful at this really requires for you to become more authentic. The more authentic you can be, the more authentic to yourself, not everybody else's story. I'm not talking about everybody else. You. The more authentic you are to you, your resonance field, and what you feel, the more you will be effective at destroying lies, okay? So, and also sensing them and detecting them, okay? also, just naturally, anyone who's still vibing in the lies and living in that and stuck in it will be uncomfortable around you. Okay? And it's not really them that's uncomfortable around you, it's the entities that they hold. 1010, as I said that. So just know that you being authentic and really being willing to see and inner stand yourself, go in and look at yourself, heal the traumas you've experienced, face your pain, heal it, work through it, move it through the body, move the body, sacred movement, okay? The more you do this, you're going to kind of blossom out, is what I'm seeing, like this unfolding of yourself, really blooming. And the more you do this, you will become familiar with yourself again, what you really feel, how you move through things, and what your views are even on any topic, okay? And the more you can do that, the less you're going to see of all this chaos, because you're going to naturally just sort of rise up out of the soil of the womb, 11:11 as I'm saying this, and become what you always were, okay? And yeah, I just feel like it's kind of like this is a metaphor and a literal message. Like she's saying, you know, your truth, your story is the most important story. And expressing how it made you feel and what you went through is your greatest weapon against darkness, okay? And it will also help you heal, she's saying. What else do you want to say about this, Mother? That's it? Okay. So I know this is just, I don't know who needs to hear it, but it's just something she wanted me to put together is to help you understand how powerful the truth is and why there was such a great attempt to cover it up. And now that we're uncovering it and we're seeing it and we're witnessing it, naturally we rise, okay? And the garden is blooming again, she's saying. Yeah, she's saying the children of the garden rise into their true form. Okay, so yeah, 12:21 as I said that. What do you want to say about this? She's showing me to show you the stone. Hold on. The sapphire stone has been coming up a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to show this again. This beautiful indigo color. And this is lapis. And so she's talking about, okay, she's talking about this scripture in the Old Testament that describes the vision of the divine child, but also of the cherubim and the seraphim, angelics. They all have a similar description, by the way, and they're pictured with 4 heads. I think it's a man, an eagle, an ox, and a lion, okay? And they have wings, and they're covered in eyes. And they're pictured with a sapphire stone, or some versions say lapis lazuli, which is what this is, above their head. This is a connection to the divine feminine, actually, and is pictured even in ancient Egypt on hieroglyphs, and I'm sure in other traditions. So this stone keeps coming up. It's been coming up all week, so I just want to show it, okay? So you might really enjoy wearing lapis lazuli or sapphire or both. These will help your resonance field to remain true and constant, okay? So, yeah, I guess for now that's it. There's so much I could say. Just feel like she's giving me so much information at one time, but I'm just trying to break this down in little segments. Hopefully this one helps whoever needs to see it. You are the sword of truth. That's it. Yeah. So, yeah, use your truth. Use your story. I love you guys.